Hi, Tita Mean. Hi, Tutsi. Tutsi is also
Good evening.
present online.
Good evening. Di ko ka welcome kay ga-drive ko. Is it okay?
Okay lang, Tutsi. Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank
We also
you.
have Rotaractors here. Thanks. So we can
Thank you.
start the meeting. Our guest is already here. Okay. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. With the power vested upon me, I hereby call this 30th General Membership Meeting to order. So, let's begin this meeting with the prayer and the singing of the Philippine anthem and the Rotary hymn.
Do not let your hearts be troubled. Do not stay afraid. It is really I whom you see. I offer you now my peace. I have waited for this moment to be with you again. In my heart you'll remain. In your heart I'll stay. I am with you till the end of your days. I am in you. Have faith that I hold you even when you let go. And I love you, you must know. I am here, I am ever with you. Do not let your hearts be troubled. Do not stay afraid. I'm beyond all anguish, all death. I'm risen to life anew. When you feel that you've been emptied and can give no more, know that I am your breath and I fill your soul. I am with you till the end of your days. I am in you. Have faith that I hold you even when you let go. And I love you, you must know. I am here, a flag of peace unfurled. I shall serve my community, held achieve universal unity. I shall dedicate my all. World understanding shall be my cherished goal. With a four-way test, I'll pursue my quest. If in my little way help attain peace in the world, I shall not have lived in vain. Above self, lend a hand to all who need my help. I'll get my spouse to involve in Rotary, and in Rotary ways I will train my family. With a four-way test, we'll pursue our quest, living our little way. Attain peace in the world, we shall not have lived in build a bridge for tomorrow's youth, strengthen nothing but the truth. Let's join our hands, there's no reason we'll divide. We shall all understand why the good Lord is our guide. With a four-way test, we'll pursue our quest, giving our little way of the day. Peace in the world, we shall not have lived in vain. Peace be achieved, we shall not have
Now, to lead us in reciting the objects of Rotary and the four-way test is our past president, Jesse Baring.
My fellow Rotarians, let's all recite the four-way test. So, the four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendship? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Objects of Rotary. First, the development of acquaintance as an opportunity for service. Second, high ethical standards in business and profession, the recognition of the worthiness of all useful occupations and the dignifying of each Rotarian's occupation as an opportunity to serve society. Third, the application of the ideal of service in each Rotarian's personal, business, and community life. And fourth, the advancement of international understanding, goodwill, and peace through a world fellowship of business and professional persons united in the ideal of service.
Thank you so much, past President Jesse. Now to introduce our Rotarians, spouses, visiting Rotarians, Rotaractors, and guests is our incoming secretary, Christopher Ligon.
Good evening, everyone. Present here on site is our President Burns Amago. And our treasurer, our Vice President and President-elect Polly Jang. Our Treasurer June Torres. And our Director for Community Service, Past President Jesse Baring. And also here present on site, Past President Radi Abarintos. Also present here our District Polio Coordinator and Past President Dr. Elaine Sinarpida. Here also present here in the online, also present our Polio Now Coordinator, PDG Mayan Solomon.
Good evening.
Our Rotarian, also member Tutsi Spaller. Also present is Eman Abay. Rotaractors present on site is our District Rotaract Representative-elect Shivi Resolado. Then District Secretary-elect Rotaractor JN Dagandan. From Combase, our President-elect June Izole.
Good evening.
And from USC, our President-elect for Rotaract, Reiko Diaz.
Good evening.
Also present is Martin Baang. And from USC also, Joelyn Uplado. The Secretary-elect of ROC USC is Secretary Abigail Ibanez.
Good evening.
Thank you.
Okay, so at this juncture, I will introduce our speaker, a very simple guy who insists to be introduced also in a very simple manner. He leads a non-profit organization, which he will introduce to us in a while. He and his wife are members of the Rotary Club of Crystal City in Washington, D.C. He's here in Cebu to see how our clubs may work together for an impactful service project that will benefit our respective communities. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Timothy Tim Underwood.
Thanks so much. Excellent. Quick mic check. Can you hear me? All right. Just talk normal. Yes. Do I need to come up close? All right. Great. Very good. Well, let me just say thank you for such a warm welcome. I don't think I've ever been in the room of so many Rotary presidents and handsome as well. And just clearly having seen and heard some of the projects that have occurred, you all are just doing some outstanding work for this community in the greater region. So thank you for what you do. I'm a simple man, but sometimes I don't communicate simply. So I have some notes in front of me to keep me focused. So if you see me looking at my laptop, that's the reason why. But my real purpose over the next 10 minutes or so is to just give you a little bit of background about us, as well as talk about how our clubs may be able to work together. So I do want this to be dynamic, like a two-way discussion at the end. So I would just ask that if you have any questions, I would love those questions. And I think I have 30 minutes total. Is that correct?
That's okay. You can.
Okay.
We'll give you as much time as you want.
Well, with that whiskey going around, yes. Just keep pouring it. Yes. Awesome. Yeah, but it is really great to be here with you all, and I appreciate the warm welcome. I had the opportunity to meet with your club president, just a servant leader who has just gone above and beyond, introducing me to various folks, as well as picking me up. I don't know if I've ever had such great service visiting in other countries, so thank you. Great. All right. Well, as mentioned, a little bit about me, and I think then I'll pivot to the organization. So my wife, she is the incoming treasurer of the Rotary Club in Crystal City. And it's called Crystal City because there's this, it's kind of like Cebu to some degree, but there's a bunch of high-rise buildings of glass. So in the 1980s, they gave it the name Crystal City. But there is an underground mall, and it's just a beautiful area. So if you're ever there, ever visiting the Washington, D.C. area, let us know, and we'll get you a tour. Love that. Hey, awesome. Can't take it back. Can't take it back. So just a little bit of background on myself. And you may be able to notice this with the haircut. So I am what's called a part-time reservist in the U.S. military. So I work in the Air Force, but what pays the bills is, and what I do full-time is I run a nonprofit organization. I was, for the past 10 years, I was working for the U.S. federal government. I worked under the Obama administration in the White House. I worked on economic homeless programs that impact people experiencing poverty and homelessness. So what do we do? The nonprofit. So the organization that I have the opportunity to lead, we are a network, and we're a network of services for people experiencing poverty and homelessness. And a lot of services exist in communities that are not well known. So let me just give you a quick example. So in 2015, my wife and I, we took to the streets of Washington, D.C. So what does that mean? We slept on the street intentionally. We panhandled. So we went up to people and just to have the feel, the experience, and to better understand. And you know, those needs really stood out because the conversations that we had as we, you know, we're trying to find a place to sleep, trying to find a place to eat. Everyone that we came in contact with that was really in that situation was in that situation because there was an unmet need. And all of their needs were different. Some needed legal assistance so that they didn't get evicted from their apartment. Some needed a job, some needed mental health, some needed drug addiction support, but it all was different. But here was the catch. In all of those stories, there was an organization, so a church, there was a government entity, there was a food bank that provided that service, even a lot of corporate social responsibility. There was just some entity, government, non-government, that was able to address those unmet needs. So very long story short, there's a lot of services that are out there that are just not well known. So what the organization that I lead, what we do is we are the #1 source of verified free and discounted services in the communities we serve. And we've helped many people in their homelessness. We've helped end a lot of hunger and just really provide a lot of hope. So we're currently in 5 communities. The DC metro area encompasses several states around it. I'm not sure, what is the vernacular here? Is it provinces? But like I'm at your larger metro area, we cover 5 areas. So what do I tell you that we are the #1 source of verified free and discounted services. So if you are hungry, if you need a place to sleep, if you need job training, we are the #1 source of verified information. So how are we? So effectively, we primarily do this by making phone calls. We're calling these organizations, we're calling businesses, we're calling churches, we're calling groups, other Rotary clubs, and we're finding out what services that you provide. We're finding out eligibility. You know, is it the second Saturday of the month? Do you have to live in this area? Do you have to be a certain gender? And then we take that information and we connect it to the people that need it. So it's kind of common sense to some degree, right? It's like, it's going to make a positive difference if you're taking someone with an unmet need and you're filling it, like you're finding what they need and connecting. So that's really what we do. And right now we serve about 40,000 vulnerable people. We have published case studies, actually one that just came out in the Oxford Journal of Public Health. So like we know that what we're doing is evidence-based and it's making an impact. But there's an issue, right? As we all realize, there's challenges to do anything. And one of my favorite phrases is fail fast. And you know, one of the things that we have really struggled with are making those calls. Right now, the majority of our callers are volunteers. We have Rotarians, fellow Rotarians making calls. We have paid staff. We have people, retired teachers that are making calls, but it's not enough. And we're only in 5 communities right now. And we have a vision to be able to sustain our current and to be in 25, potentially Cebu. You know, we would love to be able to verify what's here and help those most vulnerable connect. So the real reason that I am here in Cebu and that I came is really to identify how we can meet that unmet need, which is being able to meet the calls. Again, where we're calling organizations and verifying what they have. So what we would like to do is propose. There was a couple, and I came when I first met with Burns. I had one idea, and now I have 2 ideas. So here's my ask, and what I'll do is I'll throw this out there, and then I'll pause to see if there's any questions or comments or otherwise. So what I'm proposing, number one, and this is the primary, is that our clubs could potentially partner for a global grant. Where we could work with an existing call center, or we could stand up our own. And it would be all here in Cebu. And if there's anything, I have studied call centers. I know more about call centers than I ever thought I would. We are in the most specialized expert. There are no other places in the world that have more experts in call center operations than right here in Cebu. So who would benefit from this? Who would be the beneficiaries? So really, how it would benefit here in Cebu, we'd be able to provide more job options for those who lost their job during the pandemic or impacted by inflation, right? And you know, we would really need like a corporate to do. I don't know if you've been personally involved with a global grant. One of our advisors, he's successfully done it. But you know, you have to be able to administer and manage the funds that come in internationally that would come here. So we would need a corporate secretary. We would really be able to need to be able to have the capacity to administer it. But we really just want to be able to support those in the community that we also serve as well. So the people here in Cebu that would be positively impacted with a job, not only would they be benefited, but they would be benefiting people where our current Rotary Club is, and because they would be calling and verifying services in that community. So that is one. I see head nods, so I think people are kind of understanding, or else you're ready for me to shut up. I hate hearing my voice talk so much, so thank you for your time and attention. The other option is, and this is something that we have attempted to try, like we have done this before, and we hit some walls, but that is corporate social responsibility, where we could reach out to a call center. And I feel like if someone here has a potential contact that is like at an executive level decision maker at a call center, that would probably be the only way to make this possible. But where they could provide a certain number of staff dedicated to make calls in the communities we're in. So in summary, what I just provided you was a bit about myself. I provided you a bit about our organization, what we do, who we serve. I told you that we're serving those most vulnerable with getting verified information to them. And then I told you our problem that we have as an organization and why I'm here in Cebu right now. I just want to end and say, I am all ears. I am, really just honored and humbled to have you listen to me. So if you all think that this is not a good idea or a good time, I welcome that as well. But what I will do is just pause and see what questions or comments folks may have. But again, my ask, and I'll just be very clear, is we would love to do a global grant with you all. And that global grant would be able to work with an existing call center or stand up our own call center, all here in Cebu. That's the primary ask. So I'll turn it over and see what questions, comments.
Okay, so the floor is open for anyone with questions to our guest speaker.
People from certain parts of the world.
Yes. When you say we catering, are you talking about the callers?
The clients on the call center, are these all from the United States, or are they from
Yeah, so right now, our nonprofit, our NGO, we only serve 5 communities in the US. They're all on the East Coast. Our vision is to be in 25 communities within the next 2 years. Great question, thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else with a question? So probably, Tim, if we could just clarify the entire setup of your organization and what you do for the community.
Sure.
So you have group of poor people, homeless people. And then in the middle will be your organization, Hope One Source Me.
Yep.
And then you will connect with a service provider, a home or shelter provider, a food provider, any churches that give services to the poor. Now, the current process is that you verify information about this service provider so that you can give such information to the homeless people or to the poor people. Now, do the home people get to call you? Do they have to call you to be able to get this information? Or how do you distribute the information then?
Yeah, great question. And just to paraphrase the question, so it's how do we take this information that we collect from the calls and get it to the people in need? So that is awesome. So what we do is we do it 2 ways. Number one is we partner with nonprofits. So these nonprofits that we're calling and verifying their services, part of the script that they have is we have a free database that you can access this information. It's all on a map. It's easy to search and query, and you can help the people. So if you provide food, for example, you're a church and someone says, I need legal assistance, you don't need to provide legal. You can just use our database and refer them. So that is one way. Does that make sense? And then I'll say the second. And the second is anyone can go and sign up on our website right now. We have an app that works like the dating app Tinder, where you can swipe left and right. And it also works with text messaging and soon to be WhatsApp and Line. But yeah, so those are the 2 ways: through partnerships with organizations, number one, and then direct folks can come to our website and access it.
The database that you mentioned, how do organizations access it? Is it in your website, or do they have to call you to be able to get access to this database?
Yeah, it's all through our website. Yeah.
the website is accessible?
Yes. Yes, it's that's in our network. So they have to provide information, and yes, they can access it. That is correct.
Asking about the global grant, it's doing global grant. We have partnerships with them.
Yeah.
You were speaking that your wife is military.
Yes.
So what's going to happen there? Their club will be the primary, will be the partner. Because the needs assessment is in your country.
Yeah, so
So we'll just be partnering because the one doing the global grant, the needs is not here in our country, it's in the United States.
Yeah.
So they'll be the one making the global grant.
yeah, so actually the way, because there's a couple, like the beneficiary here is that we're able to provide a lot of jobs. So we'd be able to bring, the way I see it, please correct me if I'm wrong from our conversation, but I would see that this would be the primary. in that we would be able to get the funds from the United States to this unit.
The
Needs assessment.
Yeah.
the assessment of the needs will be based on the job here.
No, no. What I understand is that they need a call center that will call clients in the US that are NGOs that are corporate who wants to help, and this data is with that NGO that they're having. So the purpose of the call center here is for those NGOs and corporation to get information, because you have already the information on the other side. So you will be linking these two information together, and you will be the link.
That's exactly it. Yeah, well said.
That's what I agree.
Yeah, you got it.
So the need
Yeah.
assessment will be premised on the need for jobs here in Cebu. Because the jobs then, the project will be under economic and community development
They can provide the job for the call center
for the call
through
center
the global
agents.
grant or their own finance. If they have their financial capability, they can have the money to operate the call center here or through the global grant. That's what I say.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You can distill it well. Yeah, thank you. I needed you to give the talk.
Okay. Do we
Yeah.
have any questions from our online attendees? Wala daw questions si Tita Mean. Okay.
I think that the one question was that when you do the needs assessment, you need to properly identify what are the things we need to do. So what is the limitation of the grants? Salary, or will it be to pay for the this one, please? What is its purpose? Because that's what Pastor Alain said. It might get disapproved if we will put salaries for the employees. Because if not for the salaries, where will we get the salaries?
Yeah.
So that's how we're gonna those areas that we need to tackle.
Yeah.
When we do the global grant. And what's the money involved or the budget, if we're gonna make a call center which is existing on our own, go to a call center that's already existing. Get a portion of that, or maybe they can get new call center agents just for these purposes, like that, so it's generating income. That's what we said, that's the purpose of the global grant. So,
Yes.
and if we're gonna talk to another call center owner, we have to talk to them on what our agreement with them will be.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not viable, but just have to. This is just a first meeting, so let's talk about all of that.
Absolutely. But I think you're both hitting the nail on the head. You know, it's really being able to, and I would just add on, like, qualitatively, quantitatively define the need here.
Yes.
And, you know, we have an advisor who's successfully done a global grant from Honduras to the unit that we're at. So he's a great advisor that can assist on that needs assessment. And he's also the former president of our Rotary.
Do you have a template for that?
We do. We have what he's used, his project plan. Yeah.
That would be good.
Present, if you can present.
Yeah.
Review it. Not yet.
Yes.
You can give it to a person that is. Channel in the chat.
Right. Let's see. Okay.
It's a good idea. I'm sure.
Okay, sino na? Okay. Who is the beneficiary of the grant?
Yeah.
So that's so good. I during our meeting last night, I also asked the same question to Tim, if who will really be considered as the beneficiaries of the project. And he did mention a while ago that the intended beneficiary would be the people in need of a job here in Cebu. But then again, on the other side of the service, because we're providing the information for the homeless people in the Rotary Club, in the area of the Rotary Club where the Rotary Club of Crystal City is currently working or currently located. So
Win-win.
yeah, so
Yeah, yeah.
it's going to benefit the respective communities here in Cebu and that of Crystal City. But you were the concern of the members of our club, Tim, is actually
Excuse me, we cannot hear you.
is it okay now? Okay, thank you. So as I said, thank you once again to Tim for sharing your organization and a potential project that we can undertake together. Now, at this point, we will have to discuss business matters. And can we have an update regarding the induction from the organizing team? Um, we're open, we're giving the floor to President-elect Polly for the update on the induction. Okay, Secretary Tupe will talk on behalf of President-elect Paul.
Brother.
One moment. Hello, good evening. Okay. This is our instruction for our checklist. Ano mo gawin na? Ano mo gawin na? Okay. So this is our checklist for induction. So
Tupe, good evening. Can you just
start.
increase the font size? We can't really see it clearly. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Yeah, sakto na Tupe. Thank you, thank you. I'm coming from Tugigaraw. I just joined because I wanted to listen to this. Thank you, thank you. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening, Tanan.
So our attire is coat and tie. The tie is blue. And for female is long gown and cocktail. So team formal. So our chairman for this is president nominee. So it's always been a president nominee who is our chairman for this induction. So of course our co-chairman Polyjam, and the host for that evening is Erwin Lim. So an invitation we'll already give at the discon in Ormoc some invitation to district officer Jong, Gianna, Billy Parilla, Twinkle Gamboa, and Gobadi. We also gave then Rizal.
I will be the driver.
Go Rizal is confirming because he's on Cebu on that day. Jong. So I will prepare lang master list for this. Then we choose secretariat registration. So we will also those who are not present in the discount, we will email for the PDGs for courtesy na lang po for them. Then the secretariat on that day I will choose PG Maricel because some tagan siya kailap sa district so pwede siya maka-assist. Brother, we will include all the presidents and secretaries if kaya sa area 1B. Only. Ah. Area 1D lang, brother. Then your guest, we will prepare this guest list for a night track. Food and venue, sponsored by, the venue is sponsored by Pagcor through Past President Sol Passion. Huh? We will have meeting tomorrow at the venue. So,
the 3 o'clock we have meeting the
marketing. Wait,
The caterer should be one with the.
Past President Sol will confirm the food.
Affiliated.
Then there are sponsored drinks and sponsored food.
But the sponsored food is care of.
Di ka na-clear yung dapat yan.
No, we don't have now not yet a choice the food. And maybe we will choose the only something 4 and 5 food. Also, we have my friend Korean friend donation to the sponsor in our induction. We have also Korean food. Yeah.
So what is the sponsors nila?
Just I want to do someone for the food donation, even drinking, whiskey, anything. Just I will ask na lang to my personal Rotarian donation. Yeah. If,
You need that ask. Kita ask or okay.
By the way, the assessment, there is no assessment in our.
yeah, our induction is the no assessment because I don't want. Yeah. I will ask our induction only for my Rotaria. It's just to then about self donation. Don't me, yeah. It's no need asking by budget, yeah.
Yes, tita.
Oo. For the sponsored food, was it correct? I heard wala pa sponsored food.
There is nata.
Ana, kay kung hotel, mahal ang hotel ha. Kung ang hotel mo ay mo cater.
Mao na mong kanon ugma ta. Confirm mo ugma ni Past President Sol.
Or kinsay accredited na caterer before it used to be Cafe Laguna and Creative Cuisine.
Ang pag initial meeting na mo ni Tita Sol kay murag mag-end na ang ilang mga contract sa kuan ang yang gi-suggest ang waterfront.
Okay. Mahal ba yung waterfront?
Kita malang sir sabutan. Our guest speaker is guest of honor our district governor Lilo. Guest of honor, the guest speaker not yet confirmed pa ni, pero within this week we will announce lang.
So guest speaker is Lilo.
Guest of honor.
Guest of honor. So we have a speaker also, brother.
Yeah, but maybe this week I will know. Sure.
At least you have, if the guest speaker is not okay, you will have a backup. Like that lang.
So tokens.
If you're it's just my comment. If you're guest speaker will not come, then you can always just devote the time to the guest of honors speech as the speech for the night.
But I have a little.
Yeah.
This week I will
confirm.
Yeah, confirm. Yeah.
Charging officer. Charging officer for the officers is PDG GovUmi, and the charging for Poly is government, and the acting officer is BG Lilu. We have separate program for this. We're still finalizing the program. So awards care of President Burns.
Our awards committee, we have past President June Torres and past President Radi Abarintos, who will head the awards committee for this year.
Talking about your induction of the number. Any induction of the numbers. Our induction, we try to show you. Medal.
Another question.
Yes,
Oo. With due respect to the awards, my respect to President Burns and the two co-chair, would the membership also nominate or wala na?
We can accept the nomination, but primarily, Tita, we've chosen that the committee will be the one to choose, but we accept suggestions and nominations from the members.
Can we consider, just like in the district level, attendance and then contribution to foundation, amongst others, as criteria?
I will discuss with the committee on their criteria for choosing the awardees. But considering the special circumstance under which our club operates during my term, we are trying to be lenient in terms of the qualifications for the awards. But yes, PDG Mayan will take into consideration the contributions made by such a nominee and such an awardee to the club and to the district.
Thank you, Burns.
To proceed, the president, nano na po ang president medallion, patong wala. Ang kaning president medallion, ano sa kung ano ang katong with names, wala. Okay, wala. Last lang. Yung ano?
Tupe, we cannot see the program, Tupe. Tupe, please.
Kuwanta kanang
Requesting you can highlight the program to will be guided.
kanang imong cellphone na kano.
Yes, I am. Sorry.
Swipe daw sa left, pinaka-left. Naka-share screen man, so dapat ma-highlight ni ang kaning screen. Kuha na ta? Pakita na ka ta? Hello? Left. Swipe left.
Tupe, I'm seeing the screen already, Tupe. I'm seeing the screen.
Sige ta, okay ta.
Thank you.
Okay ta. So for the program, we will discuss this tomorrow with POGCOR, floor, lights and sound and tech, and also the physical arrangement. Then we have already booked Alvin Lim team for the photographer and video, and I will assign our director to for our backup. So directors for one, please take note. So these are the one. So we will furnish this within this week, and also the program for everybody's one. We'll send it to our group chat.
Good evening. Can I asking Ma'am Gingging something?
Tupe.
Hello, Ma'am
Ako
Gingging.
Polly.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry. I'm inside. I
No,
have
it's
to get
okay.
out of the conference room because it's so noisy. We're preparing for our training. Yes, Polly.
Ma'am, can you help me about I want to actually our induction is the in Sinulog dance ba? You have that before Sinulog dance team? Because mommy also talked to me about maybe you have the before in our induction, but diba we in Sinulog dance team ba?
I remember when we promoted the Discon sometime 2016, we had the Sinulog dance. So you're asking me if I can actually tap some Sinulog dancers. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Okay.
Okay,
Please.
no, I will try when I get back to Cebu because I'm still in Tuguegarao tonight. I'll be here for
Okay, when you
for
back,
1 week. Yeah, when I return, I'll try to see if I can still get in touch with my former student. Okay, I'll give you a feedback, Polly. Okay.
thank you, ma'am. Okay.
But what do you want them to do actually? Like how long? When are they supposed to do it? Is that a part of the program? Opening, closing? How do you wish that to be carried out?
The opening ceremony. Yeah, opening ceremony I want.
Opening ceremony. Sige. I'll try to see if I can tap the student, then I'll let you know. Okay?
Thank you. Okay.
Okay, welcome. Okay, welcome.
Okay. You have other to say, but
And then also somebody asking to the question for the induction. Mami Mia, no more question? Okay, Mami. Okay.
okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, President-elect Polly and Secretary-elect Tupe. Now, on just an update on our book donation, this refer to this particular project. Question is.
No, we just saw the committee, but we didn't see the program flow.
Tupe will show the program flow.
Oo. To share man lang good burn, just want, this is something that was done by Gov Ana in Ormoc. Oo. This was done by Gov Ana in Ormoc and likewise Shaker in RI and just recently Cebu West, where those impacted by the pandemic. So starting from the year of Kendrick, before you turn over to Polly, you will call the voiceover or host will call up on stage Kendrick and Emmy. So there'll be a symbolic turnover of the medallion, the gavel from Kendrick to Emmy, then Emmy to you. So I suggest that we also do the same so that Kendrick and Emmy would have that actual face-to-face turnover.
Definitely we can do that. There should be no issue with the logistics on that respect.
Yeah, yes, wala.
So we can definitely do that.
All right, thank you.
Yes. Okay, so Tupe.
Good evening again. This is our draft program. So our call to order is Attorney Burns. Then we Kuan Nisa, Secretary-elect of Rotaract to sing for the doxology, and Korean anthem, Philippine anthem, and Rotary Hymn, and the visual four-way wala lang din. Yes, introduction for dignitaries and guests by Attorney Tagingging. Then welcome address, Jomar. And valedictory address, Attorney Burns, and the presentation of his awards is here. Then Sister Club, wala question pa. If na mo if there's
Comment.
yes,
Sorry, didn't we discuss that the renewal of Sister Club will be before? Kay
Oo.
maputol manggod si Burns gikan sa iyang awarding.
wala pa ni nakuantan ako ka.
Awa pa ni mo na update. Okay. And then actually all the sister clubs are due for renewal. So someone needs to confirm who's coming.
Sige ta.
Pero downtown Davao, I understand we're signing it in Davao.
Davao.
Who are going to Davao? I know of Polly, Tope, Gingging, myself, and
Polly.
Alain.
Brother,
Huh?
Ali, look, Ali, you is like to the
24. Friday na to.
Doc Ali
I was
cannot.
supposed to go, but also for, I wanted to go for Santa Ana, and there were three that's.
Ah.
I will go.
Oh, you will go around? Okay, okay.
So who's going to Davao? Because I got a text from Archie to confirm the number of chairs to be reserved.
Polly and I and Attorney Burns.
Okay. And then me and Attorney Gingging. Wala si Alain?
Wala. Hindi siya pwede ta.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
So my youngest son is asking for a vacation because he's going to third year medicine. So, so after that, he cannot go into vacation naman. He's gonna have his vacation PGI na eh.
So,
Alright. So I'll just call them lang go. I cannot go. I'll call them personally.
the one
All right.
who will introduce Polly is Itasol. Then charging of president, as I mentioned earlier, introduction of officers, charging of club officers is PDG Umispina, and election of officers and president is Govlilo. Presentation of the advisor. This we will change this. This is where the turnover from Kendrick to Tito Emmy, Burns, and Burns to Paul. Inaugural address by Polly. Presentation of leadership award. Then this is for once again to confirm introduction of our district governor, message from the governor, and presentation of tokens, and ceremonial closing message and toast by past president Joel Abad, adjournment, and fellowship and tutorials. For the call time day, we will mga 5 for pictorial. So we have another group picture. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. So we'll have more time to discuss our induction on our next meeting. To give us more updates on this if there are any developments. Okay, but we could also give the updates through our group chat for the information of everyone. So I just want to give an update on the supposed sponsorship of books to the ATI group in Naga. The Integrated Bar of the Philippines has turned over the books that were donated through President Kendrick to the community already. Okay, so we'll ask for the documentation of. They actually given me already the pictures, but we've reported this particular project during the last report to the district. So this is already credited as part of our service project already. Okay. So are there any other matters that the membership would like to share to the club? Understand past President Radi has something to say.
Good evening. It's nice to be back. After the ORMOC induction of this con of Gov Ana, gitiunan ako ni PE Poly. I cannot miss a meeting anymore. Anyway, we are planning for a fellowship pre-induction on the 27th of 27th. It was first scheduled on the 20th, but due to some circumstances, we will push through with the first fellowship face-to-face of all Rotarians of our club to be present. That will be in Casino Espanol, to be held outside near the poolside. So it's an open space. We have made reservations already. So we will just keep you posted, and please indicate your names if you will be coming, so that we will have a countdown on for our reservation. So that will be our first fellowship face-to-face. And a pre.
Also late, Sir Ladi birthday of the celebration. Late, yeah.
No, and also another one. There's two. That's two.
As mentioned, it's a post celebration of my birthday and PE. So again, it will be on June 27, a Monday. First fellowship face-to-face. Hope everybody can join, and the spouses are also invited. Naibinignit, madam. magluto na si Shirley. So again, that's on the 27th, and we will be posting it. So please, if you will be joining, mag-post lang butan lang yung hand, including your spouses, so we can have a countdown on our reservation. So expecting all Rotarians, spouses, and even our Rotaractors. And maybe we can invite some guests like Gov Lilo. We can invite Gov Lilo also. So again, this is a Gov. Attorney.
How about the assessment, VP Radi?
Wa, natakdan na kung PE Pauline. Why assessment? Sukat karon wa na assessment.
Okay, thank you. No dress code or
No dress code. No dress code. It's a fellowship na night. We can sing. Prepare lang mo sa inyong mga kanta kay pagkantahon na mo, Polly. We will have an acoustic band, and then food, beer and drinks flowing. No assessment again.
PP Radi, it's about
so we're expecting everybody to join us. So first fellowship face-to-face of our club.
PP Radi, I was saying, but it's about time that
it's nice to see you all.
PP Radi.
Clarification? Yes.
No, PP Radi, I was about to say that it's about time that we do this, because a lot of us feel so disconnected with one another. Sometimes we start thinking, am I still part of this club? So it's really time that we try to revive what we have always been enjoying the last couple of years. So if that is going to kick off this connection again, I take time to join the fellowship face to face.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, that's the purpose of the fellowship. Para we will be again connected, as you said, as you mentioned, and Attorney Burns and President-elect Polly approve of the suggestion. So you will be, we will post it in our chat group. And, yeah. Please kogi lang igsuhat og kinsay maka-join so para maka-kwanta sa atong reservation. Thank you. See you all. See you all.
Thank you, Past President Radi. Any other sharing from our members?
Ako.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Past President.
Good evening, everyone. I just want to inform everyone that there's a cleft lip and palate surgery this June 18, Saturday at ARC Hospital. Yeah, and this is going to be done every year, na? So for the whole year, and then the next year proceeding, no. We also are into an agreement with Visayas Medical Center for the cleft lip and palate, and Smile Train is on board, and I also brought up our club. So Smile Train is more than happy that our club is going to be joining the cause for cleft lip and palate. So we're going to have a MOA with Visayas Medical Center, but the expenses for the surgery is going to be shouldered by Smile Train. So what our club is going to maybe shoulder is maybe give some snacks or maybe drawings, Crayola, drawing books or Crayola or whatever. No, I think Tutsi also wants to donate some for the children. We'll be doing this on June 18th, Tutsi. So anybody, if the Rotarax wants to go, you can observe the
Okay.
yeah. Please let me know because I can let you go in the operating room so you can observe the surgery. So I need to know Rotaractors or Rotarians who are going there. Yeah. President Poli will be the one to suggest for the uniform that you're going to use na lang. No? Sige.
You can edit this.
Yeah, it can be credited as your project already. Thank you.
So while we're discussing it, maybe you can confirm if you can already credit this as your project. Because I was told during my term that I can only report projects starting July 1, but I'm not so sure with your term if it's possible. But since this is an ongoing project, you can probably consider this already as part of your project for your term. Because I don't need to report any other projects from here on, from starting May 15 anyways.
You ask the Secretary Jong.
Okay. Any other sharing from the members?
Is that June 18 or July 18?
June 18.
June.
Hala. Okay.
Yeah. Don't worry, Tutsi, because this is going ongoing. So every other Saturday, the surgeries are going on. So I'll just as suggested by President Burns, he wants it na akong isulat daw ang katong dates nga na eye surgeries para everybody will be aware. That's a good suggestion by President.
Okay. Any other matter?
President Burns, I sent you a private message in Viber.
Yes, I read it, Attorney Ging. I will discuss with you privately also.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
Okay, if there are no other matters to be discussed, I hereby declare this 30th General Membership Meeting adjourned. Fellowship continues. Thank you for your attendance.
Burns picture ang nasa Zoom. Wa me picture.
We'll take the picture with you guys. So please
Oo.
open your video.
Wa me picture. Ging! What's into Gegaraw?
Very, very warm here in Tugigarawan. It's the hottest.
Hello, brother Iman. Iman, on the video. Iman, I miss you, brother. Iman.
Brother, I miss you. I'll see you January 18.
Ah, very long time
January,
no see, brother.
kadugay pa next
Oh.
year.
Dili day, June
June.
27. 27.
Ah. Kita me.
Brother. Stop. Wait.
Kinsay nagka-check chair?
Okay.
Pasig murag muta me sa Zoom.
Lingawan
Our
na
router
video.
actors, thank you for joining. Until the next.
Okay.
Yan, gimingaw si Jesse, ni Sir Jesse. No?
Permission to leave. I have an RI Zoom. Bye.
CGC.
Yan, 27 fellowship ha. Addo ka ha.
Attend ko sir, attend ko.
June
Lingawan ko ni
27
Sir Jesse.
Monday. Yan.
June 27.
Addo ta kay gimingaw na si Jesse.
Okay, June 27. Brother, I'll see you June 27.
Muli naman sa si si Sir Emmy. So timing kayo.
Si Dina ka, ano? Ako tawagan sir, basig muli na to.
Wala, tapos stage, di pa ito ka ulit.
Kadugay pa di ay. Yapay mo kita na ninyo. June 27.
Sige. June 27, Monday, Casino Espanyol. Okay, sige. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you all. Cheers.
Sister